Hello, this is Chris, and I am back again with a brand new trailer reaction video, and this is quite the trailer for today. This is almost a 5.5 minute long trailer. This is Aquaman extended video. Some are calling it trailer 2. This is on the Warner Brothers Pictures page on YouTube, and it's called extended video. So I don't know if this is going to be a completely uncut trailer. I don't know if this is going to have some interviews in it with some of the actors like Jason Momoa, for example. So I don't know. I've stayed away from this video for almost 2 weeks now. I've put it on the back burner, but I've finally had time today to jump on a reaction video for it. And I don't know how popular it's going to be because I know what some of these DC fanboys and fangirls are like. I'm not going to discriminate. It's not just the fanboys, it's probably the fangirls too. I haven't had exactly the most glowing things to say about the DC cinematic universe or the world of DC. I think they've changed it now, haven't they? They've changed the name, completely changed direction. But a lot of people are very vocal about why they don't like it, and so it's nice to know that I'm not on my own here. The only film I've really enjoyed so far in the DCEU is Wonder Woman. I thought that was a perfectly watchable film. I had a good time with Wonder Woman. The rest have been absolutely dire in my opinion. Some skirt with some good ideas, but none of those ideas really come to fruition with me. And that's not a slight against the actors. And I think a lot of people that rail against me in the comments think that I dislike the characters. My criticism comes from a place of love. I love the DC characters. Batman is my favourite character in fictional history. Superman is up there as well. I absolutely love Superman. And I want to see these films do well. But to me, at this point, by this, like, the foundation's dead. Like, they've tried. I don't know if they can course correct at this point because it does seem like they are so steeped in. There's talks that Henry Cavill, I don't think anything's been officially confirmed, but there's no smoke without fire. Henry Cavill wants to pull out, Ben Affleck wants to pull out. And if you lose your Batman and your Superman, where does that leave your cinematic universe? But with all that being said, I didn't have exactly the most glowing things to say about the first trailer that came out for Aquaman either. I think visually it looks very interesting. The fact that James Wan's directing is what's really going to get me in the seat when this movie comes out. I'm a big fan of James Wan, love his horror films, and although he has done like Fast and Furious 7, which I wasn't a big fan of, he has, you know, had a presence in the action genre. He's a perfectly serviceable director in that regard, and I'm interested to see if he brings his take to this movie. So I guess with all that being said, I'm going to get to the video now. It's a very long video and I don't want to keep this intro too long, but I just want people to know my take on where I currently stand with the DCEU. So with all that being said, I'm going to click play now. Inside a snowflake, like the one on your sleeve, there happened a story you must see to believe.
And I was a product of a love that never should have been.
He could unite our worlds one day.
A son of the land. And a son of the
Ooh,
seas.
that green screen. Jesus.
Your mother always knew you were special.
Is that Django Fett? Is that, what's his name, Tamora Morrison?
Part of something deeper. You are the bridge between land and sea. Take your rightful place as king.
As Khal Drogo.
We're getting close now.
Oh yeah? Close to what? Dying of thirst? There's no way Atlanteans were this far inland.
Check this place out. This is
Badass!
Oh, they need to make a God of War game. Looking at that. Not a game, sorry, a movie. God of War movie. They made plenty of God of War games.
Nothing.
Of course it's not working. It's been sitting here collecting dust since before the Sahara was a desert.
Before the Sahara was a desert.
You got like the bag of sand, and you're gonna like.
When you're not thinking at all.
Right now, hold still.
Hey, what are you doing?
We need water. Near the closest source.
That is reminding me of Disney's Atlantis there with the blue neon.
Show off. I could have just peed on it.
Who wrote the script? Not my Aquaman.
In this trident resides the power of Atlantis.
Whoever shall be worthy shall wield the power of Thor.
If you seek my power, journey beyond the edge of the world to the hidden sea. In the wrong hands,
This is kind of reminding me of
destruction.
it looks like Green Lantern with the CGI
The
outfits.
true heir. It would unite all our kingdoms.
Just looks like Asgard.
Hey, wait!
What?
Shouldn't we have written it down first?
I memorized it. Didn't you?
Oh, yeah, totally.
What did you say?
Something trident.
Oh, he's so broy. I can't stand his performance in this. He's not a character, he's just quippy.
For Atlantis to rise again.
It's the Power Rangers villain, Black Manta.
Who the hell are you?
So, what is the point of this video? Because it's kind of just showed us the entire movie. It's not a trailer, it's the entire movie truncated. There's some interesting camera work going on there, that's pretty good. It's reminding me of Uncharted a little bit. It's kind of like the Juggernaut a little bit.
That was awesome.
The war is coming to the surface. You are not going to win this.
I am getting a very big
We'll die unless you help us.
big sense of like the Thor comparison with this, and a lot of people brought that up in my previous video. Oh, that looks cool.
I'm no leader.
I don't know what that is, but that looks cool.
I'm not a king.
Atlantis has always had a king. Now it needs something more.
But what could be greater than a king?
An Aquaman.
A hero.
The classic outfit, I like it. And I guarantee that will be the final shot of the movie. 100% that will be the final shot of the movie. And to me, that feels like they're course correcting a little bit. They're trying to get it back to like the comic book appearance and not so much of the, you know, realistic mythological look to it. They're going with that classic orange and green, which is what I want to see from Aquaman. I hate Jason Momoa's take on Aquaman. I really genuinely don't think he's a good actor. I think he's a good actor when he's speaking in like this, you know, gruff, monotone, guttural language kind of thing, like as Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones. I think for those kind of roles, he's perfectly suited and he works and he's, you know, he's great in those roles. But when he's got to be a character, he is absolutely terrible. And I am getting nothing from him in this. I'm getting no kingly quality. I'm getting no sense of that. He's just a bro. I've called him Aqua Bro in my previous reaction video, and that's what it is. He feels very frat boyish, and I hated that take on him in the Justice League movie. And it looks like they're just doing exactly the same thing here. He doesn't feel like a character. Positives, what can I say? That action scene on the rooftops looks pretty cool. I like some of the camera movements. I like that one shot where it follows them all over the buildings and it kind of pans around. Love stuff like that. That looked great. I like that Black Manta is straight off the comic book, and a lot of people will probably think I'm criticizing his appearance. It is kind of a dumb appearance, but that's right from the comic book. It works in the comic book. It looks a little clunky on, you know, in terms of live action, but I praise them for making the character look exactly like the comic counterpart. He does kind of look like a Power Rangers villain, though, a little bit. Or like a Scooby-Doo bad guy. They're going to unmask him. The CGI looks really bad in this thing. A lot of the scenes where the characters are on a green screen, they are quite obviously on a green screen. There doesn't seem to be any kind of depth. Everything looks fakey fake and uncanny valley a little bit. Kind of like the Hobbit movies, if you know what I mean, that you know there's live action actors on screen, but when they've got like a CGI body, or it looks like it's got some kind of sheen or filter over it, and everyone looks really photoshopped and plasticky and they don't look real. And that's the impression I'm getting from this movie. A lot of those action scenes, I know CGI is involved, that's fair enough, and fair enough they did build that set with the you know, the old ruins of Atlantis with that thing they put in the thing. That was all built and that looked great. It's mostly just the Atlantis stuff, and I don't know how else you could have done that without CGI in the film's defense. I just don't think it's very good CGI. Like with people's costumes, like just build a fucking suit of armor. You know what I mean? Just like get them in that costume. You have for Aquaman at the end, but all the stuff underwater, they've got like the CGI cape flowing behind them. It just looks like they've photoshopped a head on top of a rendered body, and it just looks... It doesn't look good. It looks really cheap. It looks really fake. The stuff I am interested in seeing in this film, though, is the big battle at the end by the looks of it, where you've got sharks, you've got seahorses, you've got these giant crustacean tank things. That looks awesome. That looks really out there and creative and imaginative, and that's the stuff that I'm most looking forward to seeing from this movie. But it just looks like the script's terrible, the characters... I'm just not getting a good sense of characterization from anyone, really, as like a compelling character. And as I said, the Thor comparisons are pretty much evident. I don't know if he's going to be Aquaman's brother, but it looks like there's someone vying for the throne. He's going to bring this war to the people on the surface. Whoever shall be worthy shall possess my hammer. Whoever shall be worthy shall possess the trident. It's very, very similar, and I know that comic books, you know, DC and Marvel both have copied from each other, not to say that DC is constantly plagiarizing off Thor. And actually, I don't know when the character of Aquaman was created. Maybe Thor, well, I know Thor's mythology, but in terms of Marvel's take on it, I don't know whether they've copied from the Aquaman comics, for example. I don't know, but the point is, Atlantis kind of looks like Asgard, the symbolism of him not being worthy and probably having to discover himself and, you know, take a hold of that trident. That is going to be a very similar plot point to most things, including Thor, because we've seen it on screen before, and that's kind of the pitfalls that Wonder Woman fell into a little bit. Despite me really liking Wonder Woman, it was very close to Captain America with some of its plot points. Not identical, but very, very similar. And I think that's going to be the case with this one. I'm not looking forward to this movie, in case you couldn't tell, but I am interested to see James Wan's take on directing a superhero film. And that's pretty much all that's going to get me in there. I'll read some of the comments now on the video. Some people have said, like, it felt like I was watching the whole movie. This trailer alone is better than the whole Justice League movie. I'm inclined to agree with you there. A lot of people are really looking forward to it. This is going to be a super hit in the box office. Shut up and take my money. Aquaman looks amazing. So I can guarantee that I'm probably going to get a lot of thumbs down on this video, and that seems to be always the case with these DC videos, but, you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat my opinion just because it's different to yours. So that'll do it for my reaction to Aquaman extended video. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Are you looking forward to this thing? Can I even call this a trailer? This just looks like it's the first and possibly half of the second act condensed into one. Anything Aquaman, DC or comic book related, please do let me know. There'll be plenty more videos from me, trailer reactions, movie reviews, and I'm also looking to do some new show ideas as well, which I'll be pitching to you guys later on a live stream or something like that. That'll do it for me for right now, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.